A key issue, but starting from pole position is this man for the very first time, SUPERMARIO Ajii. I know we'll have a lot of Indonesian fans tuning in, and he has done you proud yesterday. Mario Ajii starting from pole position.
So then, here we go for race one of the day, and on pole position is Mario Ajii, the Indonesian, first ever pole position.
15 years ago, the last time that happened. Before we look at 5 in a row, he needs to look at completing the fantastic 4 first. A long lap penalty ahead of him, and also a grid of 33 riders looking to get the better of him. The green flag waves at the back. Here we go then. The opening race of the Dunia World Championship, round 3, gets underway here in Barcelona now, and Ajii fires away from pole position for the very first time, but it's going to be Josito and will take the whole shot into the opening corner. What a start from the 96.
That was an incredible start, absolutely rocket launch down the outside of him into turn 1 to lead, and it's not Bulatri, sorry, it is Matsuyama through up into second place, as it looks like, or maybe one of the talent team boys has gone on the inside on the Australia Goose.
He's battled his way through there. There's also Rueda in the mix as well. Ortola's up there, the 24, 4 abreast as we come down towards turn 4 for the very first time, and it's now Matsuyama that takes over at the front. The Japanese rider first week hits the front and is looking to pull away nice and early. Rueda, the pocket rocket, was at turn 5.
Yeah. Oh, someone's gone down. 2 riders gone down. 3. One more in the gravel trap. Looks like one of the Husqvarna runners. Not too sure who the 2 are down there.
That foundation bikes could be further down the field, possibly Shonichi Miura. We'll get indication very shortly. At the front, the revamped turn 10 for the very first time.
Well wide.
High and wide there was David Real, and here comes Holgado. He got the elbows out again there, and he squeezes his way through. I tell you what, that's Ortola that's gone down. The number 24 Ortola, the rear end kicks out, and down he goes. He's going to rejoin, but surely that's any chance of victory gone for Ortola. The man third.
0 mistakes, completely consistent, so that is uncharacteristic from him, as we see Mario Ajii now diving up the inside into the final corner, recovering after that slow start. So across the line for lap 1, it's going to be Holgado who leads just from Matsuyama. And behind, it looks like, is that Jose Julio Garcia coming down now? It looks like he's maybe going to lead into turn 1. Oh, look at this on the grass.
Moreira was pushed onto the grass by his teammate there. They were, fanning out 6-7 abreast on the run down to turn 1. Good shuffling, the shaking. It's Matsuyama who's back out front now, but here comes Holgado. He's not messing around today. Garcia's there in 3rd, or was pushed wide. That looks to be a swing back in front of him, and then around the outside of Matsuyama, but he's able to hold on as the Japanese rider. What a start this is. These guys are certainly not waiting until the final laps to get the elbows out.
No, they're certainly not. And a little shout out to the man that's now up into 5th, Sairifudin Azman, up from 10th on the grid, I think he was. Yes, he was 10th on.
So halfway through the second lap here, we've got a leading group of 13 that have just managed to escape. The last man attached onto it is Leopard's Marco Tapia, whereas the chasing group is currently fronted by the oldest man in it, Holgado, that leads the way then with the junior talent team machines of Matsuyama and Ajii in 2nd and 3rd. Josito come through the final corner onto the start finish here. Josito Garcia, the man in 4th earlier this week, said that he really does feel that the Hondas, and at the moment we've got Hondas 2nd all the way back down to Diego Moreira in 7th, just don't have the top end spin. No, they are buried in the slipstream. It's taken them some time to be able to pull alongside him and even get past him. They will in the end. Ajii around the outside, rolls through and hits the front. Is wide though, that's going to compromise, but he's just about going to hold on, is he? Yes, he is. Ajii hits the front here in Catalunya.
Yeah, this is impressive. In 29th with that 49.7, the only man in the whole field in the 49s. So he's riding angry and he's riding fast. Ivan Ortola on the move, see if he can...
From the 2 Munozes there as well, you can see the purple machines, the 17 and 16, and Daniel and David, they started from 18th and 19th on the grid respectively, but they got away well and they've got themselves into the lead group. Don't be surprised to see the pair of them picking their way through throughout this race.
Yeah, what we must just say though, Jack, let's hope and pray. Valencia race 2, I believe it was, where they crashed coming out of turn 10. It was a big high side and they collected each other. So hopefully that doesn't, I think Holgado just hit the front there through turn 9.
So here's what happened further down.
I think this may be Bill Van Erde, but I'm not too sure. That's one of the 658 boys.
It is, yeah. It was David Salvador who got tangled up in it. Wow, so David Salvador, the man 2nd in the championship. David Salvador, importantly, the man 2nd in the championship. This has gone unnoticed, has crashed out. We don't know where. We've not seen it on our TV pictures here, but the number 38 is out of this one. So as Holgado, what was he doing there? His left arm was off, and then his right foot as well. He was kicking out at something. Oh, long lap penalty, long lap penalty. penalty. So there we go. He was indicating to the riders around him that I'm going straight on here, lads. So Dutch fans tuning in, a great start. And in the leading group are two Brits, Scott Ogden, fresh from a best ever Junior World Championship qualifying, and Josh Watley also had his best qualifying, and the pair of them are in this leading group. And I tell you what, having Holgado come and he can drag them through to the front, we could have a couple of Brits fighting it out for the podium here, but a long way to go. 13 laps left of the Circuit de Barcelona Catalunya, and out front it's Mario Ajii that leads the way from Diogo Moreira now, with Josito Garcia settling into third. And we told you to look out for those back is David, the number 64. He's going to gain a couple of places there, isn't he? Big dive up the inside, and he'll now move through.
And that is Mario Ajii. Is it Ajii? Is it Ajii? Yes, it is Ajii. So Ajii's hit the front again. So the pole man has gone back to the front with a 92 Moreira all over him now. It seems as though Julian Garcia is also up in third, just being hounded and pressured by Daniel Munoz. So at the back of this group, Daniel Holgado, he's already picked off one in the group. And just to clarify, that long lap penalty cost him. I don't know if you've got a sneaky bet on him to win this one, well, you may well be in luck.
Yeah, he's already made up 3 places. Now up the inside of Marco Tapia in the back of the picture, changed for the lead once again. Now it's Daniel Munoz battling his way through the number 17. He's in great, the number 64, but podium finishes in that already. And now he hits the front. The number 17 of Daniel Munoz, having started 18th on the grid, it's taken him no fewer than 4 laps to hit the front here in Montmello.
Yeah, getting busy then. He's rocketed up them off and stay at the front for the rest of the race, or whether he's going to get shuffled back a little bit. Just a quick update on Daniel Holgado. He's up to 7th already and did set the fastest sector of the race through the first sector this lap round. So he's certainly on the charge, coming back from the 96. I think he's got Matsuyama just tucked in behind. Yes, he does. And once again, it seems as though Mario Ajii dives up into turn 10 and takes the lead back as Daniel Munoz in 4th.
I tell you what, this is going to be a total lottery. We might as well just go, and then we'll see what happens, because these guys are frustration for him, no doubt. The man second in the championship, crashed out on the opening lap, and unfortunately, those are the penalties that can sometimes come with a disappointing Saturday, Jack.
Yeah, it's just a shame for him, really. Pace and qualified well on the 3rd row, so it was obviously in for a good race, much better than his qualifying, really hampered him in the races. So on for good points, and just, was he signalling to the back of them just to stay behind him and work the way through? I think he was there, but anyway, Holgado that leads, and the two Munoz boys are 3rd and 4th line astern as they actually just swap positions now, coming down into turn 6.
There goes Ajii, throwing himself into the bubble behind the number 16 at the first possible opportunity. He'll flip left, then turn 10, probably the best passing opportunity of this circuit. Rueda immediately pulls out of the slipstream and will look to roll around the outside of Ajii, but the number 16, he does look so strong on the brakes. That is going to play him into and Moreira, and that's just fractured this leading group ever so slightly. Hopefully, we get good again. It falls into the favour of Holgado, with Matsuyama 5th in the championship and Moreira 7th in the championship out of it. And despite a long lap penalty, the 96 has hit the front for a 2nd time here in Barcelona.
And already breaking away. Just set the lead. Looks as though Julian Garcia is going to dig his teeth in and see. Oh no, he's not! Commentator's curse. He's lost the front at turn 6 and down he goes. I am so sorry, Garcia. Oh, that was a bad one.
I cannot make any more mistakes, did Josito Garcia, after crashing out in this first race. He can see the checkered flag. Let's not put any curse on him with 10 laps to go. He's going to exit.
58 team look on in Angus. Oh, look at this. That half-a-second gap has closed right up. So it seems that Mario Ajii has the pace to go with the championship leader at this time in the race. 9 laps to go. Let's see if he can hang on.
Well, that crash from Garcia out of 2nd has just forced both Daniel and David Munoz and Rueda there in 3rd as well to lose touch with our leading duo. It's Holgado and Ajii currently leading the way with about, what's that, half a second, 3/4 of a second back from Ajii. Let's pull clear, and then the pair of us can go at it in the final couple of laps. But let's make it easy for ourselves here and at least guarantee 1st and 2nds, no matter experience in this class. But as we've seen so far on a number of occasions, he's fairly partial to a dive bomb or two.
The timing screens here. Ivan Ortola is up to 12th place. Wow. So he's been picking up almost half a second well, 3/4 of a second on the people in front of him all race. And also just in this top 10 group, we'd just like to point out the two Brits, Scott Ogden.
Early stages of their Junior World Championship career. Ogden into his second full season now with the ASPAR squad, and Josh Watley having moved through from the European Talent Cup as well. Great to see them battling in this leading. Well, Saifuruddin Azman, one of the number 63, having his best ride of his career as he looks to hang it around the outside there as well. As we said a lap ago, Holgado, turn 4 we go, but no, Holgado hard on the brakes, as is Ajii as well. He's going to hang it around the outside. He'll have the inside line into turn 5 move there from the 16.
Just about to say Ajii may well line him up here, but no, looks like that sweeping line of Holgado just lets the brakes off, and 3, 4, 5 bikes all behind him. So he's got company certainly, and he definitely knows it now. So Holgado is not getting away with this behind. Oh, he needs to be careful there, Ajii. That's a few times he's ran out onto the green. If he's not too careful, he's going to get a track limits warning for that as he dives up the inside into the lead now, past Holgado.
Well, there goes that contract. There goes Rueda as well, looking for a move through turn 12 there. That's a brave place to get the job done. He thinks better of it, quite rightly as well. So Ajii leads the way then. Distance is now completed. 7 laps remaining in Montmello, and
we've just seen Ajii come across the line with a good 3 or 4 bike lengths gap, and look at that, he's probably going to be back to third. Or not quite, just slips back into second place. But he's gone wide there, and possibly Daniel Munoz, maybe David Munoz, I do apologise. But no, holds on to second, and Holgado back into the lead. These guys, well, I mean, we've said so many times, we have no idea who's going to lead this one. Occasionally able to beat them to it, so it's not going to be done until the final few metres.
There's going to be Holgado, obviously, has got the experience of winning races and being on the finish, best of 4th. David Munoz there in 3rd, never had a podium finish, best of 5th. Man there in 5th, he's never been on the podium, a best of 4th place. Daniel Munoz, he's on the back of this leading group. Scott Volpe that's pulled in, I thought it was Joel Kelso, but he's just been tailed off this leading group, has the Australian there in 8th. You can see him just in the backgrounds there. We're left with 7 at the moment, with Ajii leading the way, but with a debut podium suddenly coming into play.
Yeah, we certainly will be having a few twitches, no doubt. And not just that, you know, regardless of personal best fizzy, 2/10 off the lead, off the win now. This is such a good ride for him, and real confidence booster coming into race 2 later today, and also the rest of the rounds later this year.
There goes Rueda up into of the Honda Asia Talent team, and obviously in the World Championship, well, keeping his eye on the likes of Ayaguri, Yuki Ku. Great job, and I'm sure that both Ajii and Matsuyama, who's unfortunately crashed out if he's just joining us, will be making their way through into the World Champ. As Ajii hits the front once more, he's not bothered about leading his Ajii. He does see
Real mumbo on the brakes. I mean, he threw it into turn 4 there, just let the brakes off and just ran it round with the corner speed. We see maybe just conserve that rear tyre, and as we pointed out right at the start of this race, the rear tyre, it's about to a few little troubles, maybe squirming and touching on the rear, but certainly at the moment it seems that everyone is in line and has enough tyre left for now. Yeah,
speaking to a couple of the riders shortly as we fire into the final corner, this will be lap 11, so these guys may well be just starting to feel the effects of the temperature here in Catalunya, with a big moment for Danny Holgado, and he's able to hold on to 4th place.
Yeah, Mario Agii's pitboard there, you may well have just seen it on the shot. Absolutely no edge of the race, will be very costly indeed.
Yeah, he's got to be careful now, has to be careful. You can see he has been wide, you know, he really has been super. As you rightly say, Jack, he has to be careful now.
Yeah, he certainly does. He's just popped up on our timing screens that he has officially been to be very careful now, as he's going to slipstream down on sorry, I'll put my teeth back in, Jose Antonio Rueda, and it looks as though he's going to dive one back into the lead. He loves that move into turn 10, doesn't he?
He does. Yeah. But then he always comes alongside him, but the beauty of that line is, even if they're able to pull alongside him through to block them off instantly. So it's proving costly to have such an advantage on the brakes into turn 10. You have to say, if he's 2nd or 3rd on he's going to be a hard man to beat as the 16.
Yeah, he certainly does. He's very confident with the front end of the line in formation. Looks as though at least one of them is going to pick him off on the brakes, but once again, just as we say, I shouldn't have even bothered doubting him. Mario Ajii absolutely fantastic on the brakes and holds on to the lead.
Yeah, he does. Still the 16 that leads the way here in Barcelona. Round 3 of the FAMC. He's got a cluster of Spaniards behind him before we have the Malaysian of Saifuddin Azman in 6th. And Scott Ogden still hanging in there so far in his Junior World Championship career. So if he can cling on and get himself dragged through to the checkered flag. Even
19th on the grid, and then today 12th, his PB qualifying by quite some way. But even last year we saw that he offered man, and he's showing it once again here. Although he's just that 10th and a half off the back of the group. Hopefully he can slipstream him on the straight now and get involved with 3 laps to go as we come round next time.
Certainly flying at the front of this race with the number 64 of David Munoz and teammate Daniel Munoz tucked in behind, trying their very best to go with him. The pair of them, the purple machines, on KTM machinery, and we seem to think that the KTM just has the advantage on top-end speed. They're both tucked in the slipstream. One goes left, one goes right, and they fire their way to the front of this race. But the pocket rocket Rueda, he must weigh, what, no less than 6 or 5 stone, dripping wet through.
Yeah.
And he's no more than 5 foot as well. As you can see on the bike, he's certainly helping him down that start-finish straight.
Yeah, only about a slightly featherweight, isn't he? And it's certainly helping him on the straight there, as Mario Agii's certainly getting a bit busy. Azman's all the way out on the green. I think he got forced out there by one of the Munoz boys. But yeah, holding station for now. And Holgado, look at this, just when it gets down to crunch time, really is a proper racer.
Yeah, Holgado just always seems to find his way back into,
yes,
I think is the best way to put it.
Certainly, yeah, looking very nervous. And of course, Roshi Ayama, very good knowledge indeed, and certainly very good performance on the brakes. As we see him now coming down to turn 10, he's going to dive bomb Daniel Munoz and up into 4th. And
this will be a warning shot for. He continues to go into the green stuff. Ever since been handed that warning, he's been keeping it on the tarmac and not onto the green stuff. So let's hope that can continue. We've now just 2 laps remaining here in Montmello, and it's Rueda that leads the way. All 7 of them have an equal chance at victory here.
Yeah, look at this, about 4 or 5 abreast. Holgado right on the outside. Look at David Munoz looking across at him.
A chance for both Holgado and David Munoz to come through, but he'll hold on to it as we come up towards turn 4. Here comes Holgado looking up the inside. No way through. Oh, big moment. Big moment for the race. He's just able to hold on, but he's dropped back down to 6th place as a result, and Holgado will hit the front.
Yep, new pair of undercrackers. Please. Load of work to do now with a lap and a half. As see Rueda, he's making a move down up into the inside at turn 7. He goes up into, but that's not going to affect these guys on this lap at least. So hopefully that is all sorted by the time we.
64 David Munoz is still there in 4th place. Here's a dress rehearsal for 1 lap time. Holgado hard onto the brakes, wow. He just about gets it stopped. The rear end kicking out there after crashing out at turn number 2. Back at the front though, and it's still Honda got the top end to be able to draft its way past. Here comes the start-finish line there, and that gas machine has got some legs on it. It looks as though Holgado, if he leads out the final corner, surely will be able to make it 4 in a row. But he's got problems. Yellow flags waving. Yellow flags were waving there, and Ajii has hit the front, and with David Munoz also going through. So let's just bear that in mind here. Mario Ajii clearly waving.
Yep, so there may well be some doubt cast over this result at the end of this lap, but look at that 4 abreast and wow, who was that? That was Holgado. 4. He's all the way back in 6th. He's got a lot of work to do now, and even for Holgado, this may well be.
And Rueda nudging him out of the way. Azman has come from nowhere. He's sort of kept in the of Daniel Munoz. Meanwhile, the fight for victory is down to these leading 2, Mario Ajii and as well. Ajii is going to be so late on the brakes here. You're going to have to be a brave man to outbrake him into the final corner. But here comes Munoz. Contact between the pair of them. He pushes them wide, does Daniel Munoz. And there is this chance at victory blown for Mario Ajii through no fault of his own. And suddenly, he'll lead them into the final corner. Rueda, his teammate, will look to squeeze through on Munoz ahead of him. But victory for the first time in his Junior World Championship career will go the way of Saifuddin Azman. What a race. What a victory for the Malaysian.
What an incredible performance. Outstanding last few laps from Saifuddin.